Hello everyone. I'm not sure, of course, when you will watch this video, but when we record it, it is a threshold of 2019 and 2020. So very happy new year to those who will watch it at the beginning of 2020. New year is a time of resolutions, setting goals, and basically thinking about how can I change my life to be better, more loving, more spiritual, especially for those of us who are dowsers or who work on an alternative field and is really interested in spiritual development. So I have decided that this this part will be dedicated to spiritual development and dowsing. It is worth to mention then two people from absolutely different fields, but having one thing in common: help us to improve and understand ourselves. First is Saint Germain, or as we would say in English, Saint Germain, the Lord of Seventh Ray, if you follow theosophical system, or Master R, who lived in France in 18th century, actually appeared as a human being in 18th century in France, and taught many people alchemy and spiritual development. Being, well, ascended master, I guess he had a few thoughts to share. When he was talking about alchemy, he said to his students that before you will become an alchemist, you need to become a spiritual alchemist. And then, when you will become a spiritual alchemist, the gold in its material form will mean nothing to you. You will be able to make it like this. But in the light of vibration of gold radiated from your heart, it will mean really nothing. That this spiritual gold, this highest possible vibration known today, everything what is material become meaningless. And then the other person, Candice Bird, a woman, scientist, who got fascinated with people's emotions and dedicate her life to find out how we do it, what creates emotions in our life, and what drives the emotions in our body. In her book, Molecules of Emotions, Candice Bird said once at some point that bringing new topic, new concept to classical physics is kind of a flirting with professional suicide. Oh boy, sometimes I feel the same way when I talk about scientific approach to dowsing, and many dowsers look at me like, where did you come from and what are you talking about? But let's keep trying, and let's keep believing that sooner or later we again will have this holistic approach to dowsing and everything what we do in life, and then spirituality and science will meet again and create more understandable and trustworthy world. So again, those two people, one spiritual master and one pure scientist, are important, at least in my development, because as a chemist and then following with environmental engineering, I would like to understand why things happened, what is the mechanics, what are the processes behind the scene which makes us to be better and makes us to dowse better and more appropriate, more accurately. So we all know that we are built of light, primarily from white light. So we have 7 chakras, from red to violet, which creates majority of our organs and our build-up. The rest is in very small amount, but necessary for us to be in balance and in perfect sync with Mother Earth. Well, that's why when we use pendulums, therapeutic pendulums radiating white light, for people who have health predicaments and challenges, it kind of rebuilds those missing blocks to regain health and be this white light plus, again, whole, healthy, and radiating. But then, what science proved, we have 2 organs in our body which radiates higher than white light, and it radiates the frequency of gold. There are heart and pineal gland. Heart, which Germain said you need to activate your heart to the point that it will start to radiate this frequency of gold, which means it will increase its vibration to the frequency of gold. And pineal gland, which in most of us is not very active, it's always active, but not to the point that it can vibrate the magnetic field which creates a frequency of gold. And that's why often we see the golden halo behind the head of saints. That's the extremely active pineal gland radiating frequency of gold. Even scientists called pineal gland divine gland because they don't know yet how, but they do presume that it connects us with the universal frequencies which come to us, penetrate to our body, and activate and act through the pineal gland in our body. So how dowsing fits all this? Well, let's say you and I, we all would like to increase our personal vibration to the highest possible level. So if you work with the pendulum radiating white light, for example, Super Isis 11. So this is the highest echelon of Isises working with white light. And let me explain it to you and show it. So if I will take this, I always say, walk your talk, and I always remind you about taking your jewelry off, your bracelets off, so I will take mine off. So if I will hold this pendulum over my hand and will say, increase my personal vibration to the highest possible level for my highest good, it starts to work. It works from the level of white light. So the only thing I have to do is just wait until it will finish. At some point it will. It stopped. Now, to really check if the process has been finished, I can repeat it one more time. So increase my personal vibration to the highest possible level for my highest good. And it still moves a little because as it moves, I'm not fully focused because I also talk to you. So let's repeat it the 3rd time. Please increase my personal vibrations to the highest possible level for my highest good. And again, please increase my personal vibration to the highest possible level for my highest good. All right, that's done. And that is what white light can do for us. It's fantastic because as you saw, I didn't say really much. I didn't have much demands. I just wanted it to increase my personal vibration. Let's now do the same, check it, with the pendulum radiating golden light. And to be in sync with what we were doing before, I will take Super Isis 16, which means a pendulum which, I'm sorry, I have to take it off. The pendulum which radiates frequency of gold. Wow, it really is tied up somewhere here. Okay, now we have it. All right, so it's Super Isis 16, which vibrates frequency of gold, and I will do the same. Please increase my personal vibration to the highest possible level for my highest good. If you see how it works right now, it really, really works hard. A lot harder than the pendulum working on white light, right? Just because, and let's repeat again, please increase my personal vibration to the highest possible level for my highest good. And it was only just 2 or 3 rotations. So what happened here is that white light is a lower level than golden light. It's lower frequency. And therefore, when we were kind of addressing the lower level, which is white light, from the higher level, there was so much more to add, to enhance, to go higher. And that's why I often say to people, when you have a pendulum, a therapeutic pendulum, either with white light, radiating white light or golden light, and you have it around you, either on your desk, or if you are a therapist, in your practice room, or in your purse, in your pocket, whenever. This object which radiates the frequency of gold infiltrates, this radiation of it infiltrates into your energy field and slowly but surely, day by day, increases your personal vibration. You go higher, you represent higher vibration, because the only thing which nature wants is to bring us all in balance. So if my pendulum is on higher vibration than I, sooner or later, it will be brought together on the same level. And because the pendulum will never stop giving this vibration, then the pendulum, vibration of pendulum does not go down. It's rather my vibration which goes up to measure it and to be at the same level. So using the therapeutic pendulum, either in your professional work, if you are a therapist, or in your personal life, will definitely change much, change you and change everything. If you attended any of the courses, wherever, courses about self-development, one of the first things they will ask you is to write the name of 5 people who are closest to you, either your friends or your family, whoever you cherish the most or are most often around you. And then they will ask you to look at those names, recall those people, and realize that this is you. All their weaknesses and strengths represent you. Sometimes the picture is not that rosy when you think about people who are kind of rotate around you. Sometimes you are very happy with it, but when you have a pendulum around you, it's like one of those people. You become one with it, not one with the pendulum, but energetically one on the same level. So with this new year and all your new resolutions, new thought, new promises, and new you who wants to open new chapter of your life, use those two frequencies, frequency of white light and frequency of gold, in pendulums or in other form, of course. But in therapy, the pendulum works the best because it helps you to deal with all predicaments and be the best you can ever be. With best wishes, until we meet again.